Hello again, okay, here this video. Well, it seems there's some women unhappy. That's right. Unhappy, I guess because they think they need more. That's right. That's right, they need more. Anyhow, that's something I'm going to show you. I'll be right back with you so that you know what I'm talking about.
This week we told you about a controversial study by the University of Pennsylvania suggesting that women are unhappy despite the progress of the feminist movement.
Instead of suddenly being free to do anything, we're actually very limited in what we can do and the opportunities we have to pursue. And so it's not the women's movement, it's the failure of the women's movement that is making women unhappy.
How do you like that, okay? It's the failure of the women's movement, according to her. That's right. What? The failure that... What's the failure, huh? Let's see, you already have more rights than men. That's right. Look at the court system. Look at what happens to men. Look at how men get burned compared to women. Look at what happens when a man does a crime and a woman does the exact same crime. Oh, that's right. She gets slapped in the hand and sent home. He gets sent to prison for years, don't he? That's right. Open your eyes and look around you. I mean, you know, it's just ridiculous to hear her say something like this. But see, why is she saying that? Well, because the man the man still has a couple rights left. That's why she's saying that. She thinks the man should have no rights whatsoever. That's really what she's telling you. That men should never, never, ever, ever have any kind of rights at all. No say-so to nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know why she just don't tell you to get out a gun and start shooting and killing men. Because we don't need men on the face of the planet because we're here now. We're women. We don't need no men. We can do it all. Yep. If it wasn't for us women, this world wouldn't exist at all. There would be no men. Because it's us women that made the world. That's what she might as well be saying. And that's no lie. When you listen to her spill her shit out of her mouth, because anybody knows what the feminist movement was about, understands it was never about equal rights for women. That was deception. That was lies. It was about divide and conquer. And it was about dividing the men from the women and creating controversy. And this woman's right up here at the top, creating more controversy because what is she wanting? That's right, she's wanting more rights for women, less rights for men, as if men already have equal rights with them or something. It's fucking retarded. Watch what's next.
Women, want to stay young, they want to be attractive. I don't think men feel those pressures as much. Women, want to stay young, they want to be attractive. I don't think men feel those pressures as much.
That's right. And then this gal in here in the same report, she comes up and says, women want to stay young, they want to stay attractive. Attractive, that's right. So what she's really saying is women are worried about looks. Now that's right, that's really what she's saying. That's right, and men don't worry about looks. That's what she's telling you. Well, not near as much anyhow. Well, women do. They go by looks big time. Well, we know she's correct about that, don't we? After all, look at the dating scene. Look at how many men are pushed to be alone in 1 to 5 seconds. Oh, that's right, because she's doing what? No, that's right. They don't go by looks, right? And if they don't go by looks, what was her words again? That's right. You gotta stay attractive. I know, but you're going to tell me she's talking about herself and about women wanting to stay attractive. But you missed the key points. Anytime a woman's concerned about they have to stay attractive, good looking, what do you think they're not going to be looking for the same in their opposite? If you try to tell me no, you're out to lunch in your head. Because you know I'm correct. See, that runs both ways and not one way. See, so I just wanted to point that out because she's talking about women want to stay young and attractive like men would never think that way. Men, well, they're less if they don't worry less about that, okay? Well, let me tell you something. Neither sex should be worried about attractive, staying attractive. That's one of the bad things that's wrong in this world right now. Everybody's worried about lust. That's right, they're worried about their lust. The abilities to look good, lust, something they will never, ever, ever keep. That's right, that they will outgrow and lose. Rather than worry about what real beauty is, where real beauty comes from, is within the heart, from inside the person themselves. The way they treat one, the way they treat other people. Personality, character, trait. That's real beauty, right there. The outside cover is nothing but just that, a cover. That's not beauty, that's a cover. Underneath covers, mask, can be pure evil. That's right, that's no lie. So you need to think about that. That's the reason I threw that into this report as well, because that is actually part of this report. You will see it, because now I'm going to show you the report in its entirety. Okay? But I disagreed with a couple things in this report, and as you can see, this one woman, she thinks that women need more rights. They need more, okay? Like as if they don't got enough already. As I said, power corrupts the human mind. And of course, greed. And what does this woman think they need from the feminist movement? The failure of the feminist movement. That's right, because the women need more, more, more. And then when you look at what women already have compared to men, as I said, why don't you just get a gun and start shooting men? For women like her, why don't you just get a gun and start making men extinct? And claim you invented everything, that you've done this whole world and you don't need men. Why don't you just be that sick in the head and think that way? Because you already have more rights than men do, and you're yelling you need more. And you know what I gotta say to that? Fuck you. You don't need more. Men need more, not you. What we need is equal rights between men and women both. Equal. Not women wanting more when they already got the guy suppressed down. That's right. Because after the feminist movement, men have now become suppressed down. And what's funny about it is women was never really suppressed down. That was all manipulation and lies by the government to convince you of that, to bring in the feminist movement to correct the division. But women do got men suppressed down, don't they? They sure the hell do. And then here's another woman that man ain't suppressed down enough for. Think about it. Leave your comments and opinions. In the next video, you'll have a good one. Now you can watch the full report.
This week, we told you about a controversial study by the University of Pennsylvania suggesting that women are unhappy despite the progress of the feminist movement. Well, now a new book goes even further, saying that as women age, they become less happy, while men become happier. Ines Ferre reports tonight on why happiness seems to be declining for women.
If American women have made such progress over the last 3 decades, why are they less happy than men?
I think it has a lot to do with the amount of stress that they're under. Women, want to stay young, they want to be attractive. I don't think men feel those pressures as much.
I think it's just a choice, a personal choice, whether you become happy or not.
A new study on the topic suggests that, among other things, changes brought about by the women's movement may have caused a decline in women's happiness over the last 3 decades. Women today make up more than half of our university student population. There are more women in the workforce, and wage gaps have narrowed. So what gives? One author who specializes in women's issues offers this explanation.
Instead of suddenly being free to do anything, we're actually very limited in what we can do and the opportunities we have to pursue. And so it's not the women's movement, it's the failure of the women's movement that is making women unhappy.
A female economist blames increased expectations.
The generation of pioneer women who, vaulted over those barriers and crashed through those glass ceilings, I think we paid a very big price for those successes. As a result, I think, created very crowded lives.
Then there are those who question whether happiness can really be measured at all.
And one study shows that women start their adult lives happier than men and grow less happy. Their satisfaction with their finances and family life tends to decline over time as men's increases. Meanwhile, research shows that women have significantly less perceived free time, a feeling that's been linked to higher sustained levels of cortisol, a stress hormone. And researchers say that that could be one of the reasons why they might feel less happy. Kitty?
You know, I have to ask you, though, when they have a survey and they ask women about these things and then they ask men about these things, aren't women just more willing to share their feelings? Does that factor in?
Right. Well, one of the theories is that, yes, that women might express their emotions more. They might be more honest with them. And maybe their what they consider happiness differs from what a male might consider happiness. And there's actually data that suggests that over the last 3 years that women have been expressing more negative emotions like stress, like anxiety. And one of the hypotheses is because they're juggling so many roles.